On Thursday. Well, hi everyone and welcome to Rob Evans 365. This is day number 384. It's hard to believe that the first year has gone by really quickly, and I'm getting closer to 400 now. 365 days just seem to fly by. And we're now into a new financial year here in Australia. So ours is 1 July to 30 June. And it's past this week, 30 June. So we're into a new financial year. And I don't know about you, but I find that once we get into July, it seems to be a fast run down to the end of the year. And I know, talking about Christmas already, that seems absolutely crazy. I was looking at my schedule for the rest of the year. And in terms of big trips, so if I work backwards, the biggest one I've got is going to LA again, which I'm super excited about, is in November. And before you know it, it's going to be here. That's not that far away, really. We've got if I head backwards, I'm heading up to an event. And I was actually going to go to the Tony Robbins Unleash the Power Within event. It'd be the third time that I was going to it. I had some issues with my coach. I had a Tony Robbins coach for about 3 years, and I kind of outlived the coaches. They moved on to other organisations, just to all work by themselves. And then I had been assigned a new coach, and he was not great. And I think I was a better coach than him, and you don't want to get coaching from someone where you're coaching them. And so I looked to get another coach from them. I said, this is what I want. They told me that you can't get that from us. And I said, why not? They said, what you want is a consultant, not a coach. And I said, but this is the coaching that I get from JT Fox's organisation. They didn't really believe me. I gave them names and said, these are the people that are coaching me. They're all multimillionaires, very successful business people. They provide coaching and I have access to it. So because of that, I no longer have one of their coaches. And just talking to some other people, it seems that like Tony's mission, it's fantastic. How he's helped my life is fantastic, but it seems like there's a fair bit of attrition in their coaching staff, and it's almost like they take on anyone as a coach, despite what they say about how rigorous a process they put them through. And this person was just not a coach for me. It wasn't at a high enough level for me to I believe, to give me what I needed. So I got rid of them. Now, part of my coaching package was to have a free ticket to Tony's events, but I think I've done the 2 live events twice, and they're always the same. And even though you might take away a slightly different experience, I thought, you know what, I don't want to go through that experience again. So, and the experience I had with the coaching kind of put me off, so I thought, yeah, I'm not going to go. However, I had committed to some really great accommodation up there that I got really at a great price, so that I could have walking distance to the event. But one of the catches was I couldn't cancel it. So instead, what I'm doing is I'm travelling it's in Sydney, and travelling up to Sydney in September during the event, and I'm going to use it as like a business retreat, if you like. And I think I'm up there for 4 days, and just going to focus on some business stuff, so getting out of the business and doing that. And then we come back to August, which is not really that far away now. August, and there's a couple of JT events on. There's one in Sydney, one in Brisbane. I'm planning on going to the one in Brisbane at this stage, because the one in Sydney, I just realised this week, clashes with another cheerleading competition here. So I'd like to be here for that. And so they're the interstate overseas trips that I've got planned. But then if you look at what's in between, again, like I just said with the cheerleading, there's some big commitments there for the kids. So I'd like to be here for those. So I think they have 4 more competitions before the end of the year. So they'll be on weekends. I think there's one in 6 weeks. At the end of August, there'll be one in September. There'll be one in October, I think. And then there's the Australian titles in December if they're fortunate enough to make it to those. And they're in Melbourne this year, so at least there's no interstate travel for that. So when you look at, you look at the rest of your year and see, what have I got planned out? Most people don't do that. They don't look at what's coming up, what's planned out. But because I need to run the family and my business commitments, that I need to make sure that I do that. So I've got those things planned out. I look at all the other things that need to happen in between in terms of me growing my business. And obviously I've got a bunch of things that I need to do for getting my book ready, handing everything over to the publisher. So really by the next, So certainly by the end of, or before the end of this month, probably about the 3rd week in July, I need to make sure that I've handed everything over to the publisher in an editable, proofread format, so that they can then do their magic to put it into what it's going to look like into the book. And so that's an exciting process. And then we go through, the next 12 weeks are going to be pretty full on for the publisher in terms of finalising the manuscript. And they think that possibly by October, I should be able to have books in my hands, even though they won't be distributed in the US until May next year we're aiming for. But I should be able to have books in my hands so that I can start, promoting the book, selling it, etc. So that's an exciting prospect for me. It's huge. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. Building the business with Kerry Pothast and just forming, more relationships and creating, more online content. The online program. Once I finish everything with the book, I'm going to be switching my attention back to the Awaken, the online program that I went down to Phillip Island to spend a lot of time on. So I'm going to be spending a lot of time in that to make sure that I can get that to a stage that it's ready to go. And then I'll work out, okay, am I going to do it this year in conjunction with the book here, or am I going to wait till the book launches in April next year, and May, and then launch it? We'll wait and see. There's still a fair bit of work to happen in that space, even though most of the content is there. So again, just need some dedicated time to do that. So that's another big thing. So it's been a big year so far, and it's going really quickly. So the point of telling you all that is that I'm sure your lives are very similar in terms of how much you've got on, your kids' commitments. You know what it's like by the time you get to November with the number of Christmas things for kids, whether it be school, whether it be their sporting commitments, etc., your personal commitments that you might have with your own workplace, your family commitments in terms of what you need to do at Christmas time, etc., etc., is really full on. So I find by the time November hits, the rest of the year is just boom. It feels like it's 2 weeks. It just flies by. And certainly as we get older, I certainly notice that it goes quicker and quicker and quicker. So I know what it's like. So what can happen over this period of time is that we do become complacent, and the health and fitness gets put right to the back burner, and we are just focusing on the day-to-day tasks that we need to get done. This is why the purpose of today is to get you to stop and think, okay, the day you're listening to this, the day that I've uploaded this, is a Thursday. So on this Thursday, if you're listening to this early in the morning, then I want you to think about what are you doing for the rest of this week? Now, I don't just mean what are you doing, let's say you're listening to it Thursday afternoon or Thursday night on the way home. It's like not just what are you doing, okay, so tomorrow, so the rest of Thursday and Friday, where most people end their, I suppose, their week, and then it gets to the weekend, it's just like, I just want to veg out and, do whatever. I'm talking about your week is 7 days, right? It's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I'm surprised at how few people actually plan to be productive and growing themselves and things around them on a weekend. It's seen as an opportunity to just, I don't know, kind of let life pass you by. I know some people would listen to me and talk to me and say, well, you're the one that's not enjoying life because, if it's seen as I'm working or whatever, then I'm not relaxing, I'm not doing all these other things that in their mind they see as this is what living is to them. And I guess this just comes down to your value and belief system, doesn't it? As to what it is that you want out of life, what's important to you, what's important to those around you, so that you can achieve, and you're achieving something with the people around you. And I guess I've conditioned myself so that I always want to be growing. I always want to be optimizing my health. I'm always looking for those opportunities. And it doesn't matter really what time it is, what day it is. I will keep working to be successful in what it is that I do, in helping people, serving people, helping them have a better quality of life, a better level of health. It's a huge part of me. So I sometimes lose track of what day it is in the context of I'm working 7 days, but it's not seen to me as work. It's just I'm living my life on my terms 7 days a week. And a key part of that for me is my health, fitness and wellness. So it never stops. So what I'm always doing is thinking about how can I program my week so that I've got my health and fitness taken care of. And that means scheduling on my calendar, my workouts, etc. So let's bring that back to it's Thursday and I want you to plan out the rest of your week. So plan out what are you going to do for the rest of Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday to help put your health and wellness in a better position. And that means about maybe you're going to say on the weekend, well, I'm going to prepare my meals. I'm going to do my cook up for the weekend. This upcoming weekend on the Sunday, we've got our webinar where we're going to be talking about those more convenient, easier solutions for you with your meal preparation and so forth. So giving people a much more convenient solution for those that are looking for it. So it doesn't change the way that I work with clients, but it gives people a healthier, more simplistic solution. So this is the business opportunity that Kerry and I are running together using the Isagenix products for those people that just want a great solution that's easier and it's quite cost effective as well. And the quality of the ingredients is just fantastic because it's how I've been living for the last almost 50 days now, and getting some really awesome results. So why not listen into that webinar on Sunday at 8 p.m. to see if it's going to be right for you. And so that can be part of you planning out what you're doing for the rest of the week. For me, it's planning out my meals as well, so preparing meals. So I use the Isagenix products in conjunction with my normal meal preparation as well. And I'll make sure that I get some training done as well. So I won't have the kids over the weekend. So I haven't been able to get to the gym this week so far because this gym doesn't allow me to take the kids. So I do my workouts in the studio here, but I want to get to the gym to use some of their equipment to help work my shoulder. So I've got those things planned in for Saturday and Sunday, and I've got another workout planned for today. I did one yesterday, and I will have another one planned for Friday. Now, that might be a cardio workout for me. It might be a resistance workout. Probably be cardio if I'm going to do, if I'm going to go to the gym and do a resistance on Saturday and Sunday. The point is that I've got those things planned out so that I know, well, I've got to schedule these times for the next few days. So the reason I'm talking to you about this is that I know that it's winter. It's cold today, and it's been cold this week, but it's not super duper cold. And even if it was, you still should be planning. Now, spring's coming. So if you're one of those people that says, oh, well, I'll wait till spring, then it's not far away. You know, we've only got 8 more weeks until spring starts, less than 8 weeks now, 7 weeks. And, you know, start taking action now so that you can start your spring in a much better position. If that's the way you work. I mean, I come from the perspective of let's do it all year round, but if you're one of those just let's get active in spring again, then why not do it now? Don't rest on your laurels. Don't say, oh, but I would do this, oh, but. And, you know, even if you're going to the gym, think about this. What are you doing with your food? Because you can train your butt off and not necessarily get the results that you want because you're not treating your body with the right nutrients that you need. There's one thing to just exercise, but if you're not putting the right fuel into your body, if you're not giving yourself the right nutrients, then how can you expect to be successful? You can't run a car without fuel. You can't run your body without the right type of fuel. You're not going to optimize your results. So think about what it is that you're doing there in that space to maximize those results, because you're selling yourself short and you're wasting your time. I have used the last 30 years to come up with what I would consider to be the best training and nutritional techniques globally to give you the best possible results. And there are multiple solutions depending on who you are and what you need. It's not necessarily a one glove fits all, which is why using the Isogenics products helps provide a convenient solution for those that need something, you know, different and more simplistic. But when you've been working in the industry for as long as I have, then there's nothing you really haven't seen before. And you know, when I know the results that I've been getting for myself over a longer period of time, I just do it smarter now. I would say that. I just do it smarter because I've learned what works, what doesn't work. I've learned what is going to optimize my health, what gives me the absolute edge. I've worked out what gives an athlete the performance edge. I've worked out how not necessarily doing more volume of training is going to give you a better outcome than just doing the smarter type of training. I think the big breakthrough for me is working out the right balance of the cardio training, because I've never been somebody that enjoys a lot of cardio. So finding out that what is a workable plan for me and for others is very, very refreshing, because there is this perception that you need to be exercising for 10, 20 hours a week in order to maintain the health that you want, but that's not actually the case at all. And I think when you have a health and fitness authority like myself that can give you a roadmap to success that you can follow forever, then I find that is really powerful and compelling for people, really powerful. So I think when you plan the next few days, you need to think about what it is that you're doing in this space and take action now. Don't wait. Don't be complacent with where you are and being satisfied with it. Like for me, I wanted to try the Isogenics products from a sports performance perspective. knowing that I already had a high level of health, but wanted to see, well, if these are so good, are they going to give me an edge? And they have given me an edge, and I've got some great results from them. So that's why I'm now teaming up with Kerry to help provide a solution to others. But the point is, it didn't matter where I was still looking for that extra edge to help me achieve what I wanted to achieve. Because I think that's what we all want in life, isn't it? We want an edge. We want to feel better. We want to do better than we are. And that's what will create success for you. You just got to keep having that hunger to keep moving forward, to keep progressing, keep growing, and keep improving your health. So that's what I want for you. I want you to have that same type of hunger that I do, to say, do you know what? Enough's enough. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm sick of being sick in winter. I'm sick of my immune system being down. I am sick and tired of not being as energized as I want to be. I'm sick of not being able to concentrate for as long. I'm sick of not being able to be as productive. I'm sick and tired of not being passionate about what it is that I want to do with my life. And start with your health and fitness and say, well, these are the things that I need to do. If you need to get coaching, reach out to us and we'll coach you to get those results faster. My point right now is to use this time to plan out what you're going to do for the next 4 days and to start taking action. Don't be complacent. That's my message for you today. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Talk to you tomorrow. Talk to you tomorrow.